Well, hi, and welcome to our World of Equine News report for May 2014. Speaking of Horses TV is pleased to bring you this report. I'm your host, Wayne Williams. Well, you know, with the arrival of spring, the Kentucky Horse Park also celebrates a new tourism season. The park will entertain visitors with special events, horse shows throughout the year, and more opportunities to get close to amazing horses. Now, you can join Speaking of Horses TV as we are again a part of Breyer Fest at the Horse Park. It's a wonderful event surrounding the Breyer model horses, and this year it'll be held July 11th to the 13th, celebrating the 25th anniversary of Breyer Fest holding their own convention. It'll feature fantastic shows of live horses that they've made the models of, some new models and terrific activities, all based at the Kentucky Horse Park. So plan on joining us. Now, the Bluegrass State has a long and rich history, and the horse has played a part since the earliest days. To that end, the Kentucky Horse Park's International Museum of the Horse presents a new concept in special exhibitions this year with Equine Treasures of the Bluegrass. It runs from April 4th through November 9th this year, utilizing the museum's permanent exhibits and collections as its framework, as well as art and artifacts from some of the Commonwealth's leading museums, libraries, and private collectors. The exhibit is the most comprehensive exhibition ever produced, telling the fascinating story of the mystical bond between Kentuckians and their horses. Visit the Kentucky Horse Park in Lexington, Kentucky, and hey, don't miss Breyer Fest this July. Now, Speaking of Horses TV will be joining the Midwest Trail Ride just south of Bloomington, Indiana, for the Memorial Weekend Ride. That's May 23rd to the 26th, 2014. They have a great campground for trail rides and their horses, the Outpost Camp and Tack Store, a large hall for meals, and just plain fun. We'll be writing and filming a TV show for the event, so join us if you wish for a great getaway on Memorial Day weekend with your horse. Go to MidwestTrailRide.com for details. Now, here's an interview with the hosts at the Midwest Trail Ride. Hey, Wayne Williams, Speaking of Horses. Jeff, Kim, Daniel, we're all here, Midwest Trail Ride and the Outfitting Company. And guess what? We're going to be at the Memorial Day Ride in Southern Indiana, Midwest Trail Ride. We're going to be there with Speaking of Horses TV. We're going to be riding, we're going to be filming, we're going to show you all about it. If you've never been there, you want to be there, and these are all going to be our hosts. We appreciate it. Midwest Trail Ride. Now, how do we contact you?
812-834-6686, or go to the website www.midwesttrailride.com.
Beautiful hills of Southern Indiana. Come ride with us. Speaking of Horses, we'll see you at the Memorial Day Ride. Hey, the Saratoga Horse Show from Saratoga Springs, New York will be held again April 30th to May 9th, 2014 in Saratoga Springs. We will be there and will be assisting other TV networks as a host for live streaming every day from the grounds. Check SpeakingofHorses.com for details starting April 29th. Join us for this prestigious show, now 60 years old. Hey, we'll be right back with stories on ranch sorting and an interview with horse legend Dick Pieper. Stay with us. You know, we want to take a moment to thank many of the fine people who have made Speaking of Horses TV possible. King Barnes, custom designed and built to your specs, crafted by experienced craftsmen just for you. Visit King Barnes for your class barn. Revitavet, light therapy products to assist in faster healing of your horse. Use the light pads to warm up muscles before riding. It's innovative, reliable, and you get top results. Revitavet. And a thank you to Just Dump It, easy and safe handles for your wheelbarrow. Save your back with this dump system, easy to install and use. Check out Just Dump It. And Hoosier Horse Trailers, crafted and built in northern Indiana. Unique designs and factory-crafted living interiors. Amish craftsmen at their best. That's Hoosier Horse Trailers. Thank you for your support of Speaking of Horses. You know, we were recently at the Hoosier Horse Fair in Indianapolis, met with Kenda Firkins and a new product called Esprit. Now here's an interview with Kenda from Indianapolis. Watch. Hey, here we are, Speaking of Horses, Hoosier Horse Fair, and Kendra Firkins is my guest. Tell us a little about your company.
I work for Esprit Animal Products. We're an aloe vera-based company, and we have pet products as well as equine products.
So I ran into your booth. Well, I didn't run into it per se, but I found your booth the other day. Really a nice line of products, kind of the eco-green philosophy that's taking the world by storm, but very safe products, right?
Yes, they are all pyrethrin-free fly repellent. We have different varieties. We have a concentrate and we also have a ready-to-use. And we're in the process now of creating equine body washes as well as shampoos, too.
Well, I know it looks like a really nice product. Now, you're going to have a bigger variety, but people can literally come to you for almost any of the grooming or cleaning needs, right?
That's correct. We also have Rural King is carrying our product too in this area in Indiana. We also have Tractor Supply carrying our product and Valley Vet.
Well, between those three, with Rural King here, Tractor Supply everywhere, and then Valley Vet being huge in the internet, marketing by wire, shall we say. You pretty much got a good coverage that way. So if you've gotten into those locations, you've done very well.
We certainly hope so.
So now you're traveling around to various horse fairs, horse expos, shows, and the like. You see, the beautiful part of these expos is it doesn't matter what your discipline is. And with your product, it doesn't matter because regardless, you're going to wash your horse, you're going to clean your horse, you're going to do something with your horse, right?
Exactly, and we're constantly coming up with new products for equine as well as pet people too.
So what's your background in horses?
My background is I've been riding ever since the day I was born practically. My mom was riding the day I was born, and so I train my own horses. I give private lessons, I also give clinics, and I have my own Western saddle line.
Oh wow, your own saddle line too. Now are they, it's custom built for your spec?
It is. I have 3 different models. I have a horsemanship and trail saddle, I have a barrel racing saddle, and I have a cowboy dressage saddle also.
Okay, so which is your favorite? Barrels, cowboy dressage, or just general horsemanship?
That's a very good question. I used to barrel race a long time ago, and right now I'm into just horsemanship and trail and relaxing.
Okay. How about the cowboy dressage? Just curious.
I love the cowboy dressage. It's taking off like crazy. I work with Aton and Debbie, and they're doing wonderful work all around the country.
Yep. I've been with Aton and Debbie twice this spring already, and Aton's just amazing. He just, even with his health issues, keeps right on chugging.
They are wonderful people.
Yeah. So if somebody came to you in Grapevine, Texas, which is in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you could help them with cowboy dressage, or as you say right now, the horsemanship part, right?
Exactly. You have to have a foundation in order to be able to do anything. So my line of work, I try to get the communication down and the partnership down first, and then you can go on and do whatever discipline that you choose.
Yeah, and of course with cowboy dressage, people that aren't familiar with it, dressage, the actual dressage rider, you picture the guy in the breeches and the suit coat and and the derby and the like, but the movements, the horsemanship, 99% the same as anything else. That's why it works so well in cowboy dressage, right?
Yes, it's all about the foundation.
You might cue the horse slightly different, but the idea is the same and the response will be basically the same.
Yes, and I really am excited about the fact that they're doing in-hand work too.
Great. All right, but you're here promoting your product, and tell us again the name.
Esprit Animal Products.
Esprit Animal Products. How do people find you on the web?
You can just go to www.esprit.com.
It's that simple. Looks like great stuff. We're going to try some of it out here on Speaking of Horses. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. We're here at the Hoosier Horse Fair. You stay with us because we got a lot more coming right here on Speaking of Horses. The International Buckskin Horse Association will be holding its 42nd annual World Show in Cloverdale, Indiana, July 29th through August 2nd, 2014. You know, the top buckskin horses from across the country compete in a wonderful, friendly setting, free admission to watch. Speaking of Horses TV, we'll be there. We'll be live streaming the show every day on our website, so if you can't attend, you can watch. It's been my pleasure to announce this show for nearly 10 years now. So join us there or watch on our website each day. That's the International Buckskin Horse Association World Show. One of the fastest growing equestrian sports is ranch sorting. Move cattle from one pen to another with a two-man team. It's a timed event. Last year, over 7,000 teams competed in the finals, and they look for even more this year. It's truly a sight to see, and everyone at any level of horsemanship can compete. Now, we'll be there June 8th to the 11th, 2014, in Fort Worth, Texas, at the Will Rogers Arena. Free admission to watch, and we'll be putting filmed reports on speakingofhorses.com every day from the event. For more details, go to rsnc.us. That's their website. Well, you know, legendary horseman Dick Pieper of Oklahoma is a true legend in his field. Not only has he won many championships in all types of cattle working classes, but he teaches his students now very well. Dick was recently in Denver at the Rocky Mountain Horse Expo, where we got a chance to sit down and visit. Here's our talk with Dick Pieper. Hey, we're here at the Rocky Mountain Horse Expo with Speaking of Horses, and we're certainly glad to be standing here next to Mr. Dick Pieper. Now, Dick and I have been running into each other a lot this spring at various horse expos and the like. And you're a legendary figure in this equine industry. Now, whether you want to be called that or not, I don't know, but you are. So tell us a little bit about, you're hitting a lot of expos and things this year, so about getting out there and meeting a lot of new people, right?
Absolutely, and it's been really a lot of fun. It's been very gratifying, and you know, I kind of retired from showing about at age 65 or 66, and I kind of went into dormancy for a little while, and all I did was kind of hunt and fish and travel around and do some things like that. But I had a lot of friends and a lot of people that I didn't even know that came to me and said, "Look, if you don't start sharing some of the knowledge you got, it's going to be lost, because there aren't very many people that ride the way I train the way I train and ride the way I ride." And it's kind of gone to a little bit of a forced type of thing. Mm-hmm. So I tried it, and I really liked it. And so I'm having a lot of fun, doing a lot of expos, doing a lot of private clinics around the country, and it is very gratifying. This spring we bought a big Peterbilt truck and 11 quarters trailer, and
took off. Right?
We're just taking off, and we're having fun, and we're doing. And I hope that we're able to show a lot of people that you don't have to train horses with pain or fear or anything like that. You can train them just by channeling their reaction into what you want them to do.
Well, and you know, whoever said to transfer that knowledge was exactly right, because, you know, there's always this knowledge that's in somebody's head that you've got to get it transferred. It's no different than trying to relate to your kids or your grandkids about the genealogy, the family tree, you know. And every time another generation is gone, another attachment to that past is gone, because not everything gets transferred.
Exactly. And it's just been fun, because we've met a lot of nice people, a lot of very people that want some knowledge, but they don't want to beat their horses up. They don't want to knock them around. They like their horses, enjoy their horses, and for us to be able to give them the opportunity and the way to train these horses without pain and without fear and without just by channeling what they want them to do, it's really gratifying, and the people enjoy it, so we enjoy it too.
And if you're having fun, that's all that matters. You know,
That's exactly right.
The couple of weeks ago when I was with you and we were in Murfreesboro, Tennessee at the Southern Equine Expo, sitting on those two chairs, there was you and Mr. Jack Brainerd side by side.
Yes, sir.
Now, I won't give your age, but Jack's 92, right?
Yeah, I'm 74.
And he's 92. Okay, he could almost be your dad.
Yeah.
and he was out there on a horse riding. He was doing that stuff, you know. So what we had you and Jack, and then Chris Cox was out there.
Yep.
And you talk about a lineup. That was a lineup.
Yes, it was. It was. That was a lot of fun. Jack and Chris and I went to dinner, and we told stories, and we had a big time. Now, that was a lot of fun.
We want to take a moment to thank many of the fine people that have made Speaking of Horses possible. Source Nutrition, micronutrients for your horse or dog. Developed and harvested from the ocean on the Maine coast. Years of research and development for the best supplements available. Source Nutrition. Equessentials, horse conditioning and prep products developed by Dr. Tom Tweeten. Totally safe, improve your horse's coat and health. That's Equessentials. Echo Green Grid, stop mud and uneven wet ground. Echo Green Grid installs easily to give a great base for footing. Use it in the paddock around the water tank or use it in the barn. That's Echo Green Grid. And a thank you to Fly Predators. Fly Predators from Spalding Labs. Control flies and fly larvae the easy way. Use Fly Predators and flies will be gone. Thank you to these people who support Speaking of Horses. Hey, you know, we're going to be in Utah June 13th and 14th, 2014, at the Cowboys Performance Ranch Horse Sale. Now, this is held at the Oakley Complex in Oakley, Utah. Now, that's not far from Park City. We'll be covering much of the event live streaming TV on speakingofhorses.com. Friday evening, we'll cover the team doctoring event. Saturday morning will be team roping and a ranch horse competition. And then Saturday afternoon, the Cowboy Horse Sale. You can watch us live from the mountains of Utah, June 13th and 14th. For information, go to cowboyshorsesale.com. Well, you know, there was a wonderful Mustang Challenge held at the Hoosier Horse Fair in Indianapolis, April 4th to the 6th. 14 different Mustangs from the wild and their trainers performed, showing off what they had accomplished. T.J. Clibbern and Tracy Porter put this together. It was very entertaining and just plain fun. Here's some highlights you can watch. Check this out. This is Katie Ketterhagen. competitor is Nadia Hefner.
Everybody had a move across the USA.
If people were asking you to hold your applause.
Like California, you'd see them wearing their baggies, Warachi sandals too, a bushy, bushy blonde hair, serving USA. Can't you put me down
We'll be back with Maceo, a wonderful show from Cavallo Equestrian Arts. We at Speaking of Horses would like to thank some of the people who helped to make Speaking of Horses TV possible. A big thank you to Equine Clot. Equine Clot is a wonderful product. Carry it in your saddlebag, put it in your first aid kit, wrap it on an equine wound. It immediately promotes clotting and is a great first aid tool. Thank you to Equine Clot. And to EquestraSafe, a complete line of equestrian riding products for trail, for arena, for wherever, from reflective vests, reflective headgear, tapes, signage, everything you need to ride safely and to be safe with your horse is available at EquestraSafe.com. check them out. Thanks to all of the fine people that make Speaking of Horses TV possible. You know, Maseo is a wonderful show that has appeared at the Hoosier Horse Fair in Indy, Midwest Horse Fair, Madison, Wisconsin, and the Minnesota Horse Fair in Minneapolis, all in the month of April. Equestrian arts at its best. Here's a sample as they perform under the big top. Watch. You know, we'll be on the road with Speaking of Horses TV and invite you to join us when you can. Check out speakingofhorses.com for our schedule as well as special video features. That is our May 2014 report. I'm your host, Wayne Williams, and we'll see you in June.